Hi everybody, Glenn Andrews here. Hey, in this video we're going to talk about the triad. As you remember yesterday in the email, I talked to you a little bit about the triad and what it really means to your business. Okay, so we have to have an overall strategy. So you're either in the beginning stage of your building your products and services, you're in the conversion stage of setting up your lead magnets and your email follow-up series, or if you're in the third stage, you're sending traffic to these and you're testing your system. Okay, so let's take a look at exactly how that looks. Okay, so let's just say you have your business, right? Okay, and then we come down here, we peel this off. Okay, over here, you're going to have your products or services. Okay, you could be coaching services, consulting services. You can have products that you're selling. Okay, so this is a step number one that needs to be accomplished before you go on to anything else. Okay, most of you are past this, I'm sure. But if you're not, none of this else matters until you get this done. Okay, so this is where you would live for the next, I don't know, 2 weeks to a month before you can go to before anything else matters in this triad. Okay, so once you have this done, then you come over here, and then you have, I'm going to set this up. This would be a step 2 here. You're creating your selling system. Okay, this is a step number 2. Okay, so then you have your selling system that you have to create here. Okay, so nothing else matters until this is set up. Once this is done, we're going to move to the selling system triad or process, and we're going to set up our selling system. So what do we have to have in our selling system in order to drive traffic? So we're going to come down here. We got to create a lead magnet. Okay, so we have to have a lead magnet, a bribe, whatever you want to call it, free offer, something to entice people that are going to opt in and exchange their name and email for something of value, right? We all know what that is. So then we come down here after we create our lead magnet, and of course, we have to have a landing page. Okay, so when we're driving traffic to get our lead magnet, we're going to get people to opt in from this landing page. So that needs to be in place before we can send traffic to this landing page. Okay, so after the landing page, what do we have? We have our follow-up sequence. I'm sorry. This is going to be the thank you page. Now, there's a couple different strategies here. If you're sending cold traffic to a lead magnet, are you going to be doing an upsell on the thank you page? In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. Okay, so it really depends on your business. So you go from the thank you page to your email follow-up series. Okay, number 1, then you come down here and you'll have email 2 will go out the next day. Okay, and then so forth and so on. You can do email number 3. Okay, so this this can keep going to number 5. Step number 3, that must be in place once that's set up, is your traffic. Okay? Traffic sources. Okay, for this, we're going to be using FB ads. Okay? So the thing you need to do here is obviously create the ad. Okay? So once you have your products and services set up, which is the step 1 process, then you're going to move on to your step 2 process. You don't have to worry about step 3 until you get step 2 set up. Okay, now if this is an untested system or you're not sure that what you're selling is actually going to sell, you don't have to get too involved too far into this email series. Okay, until you have a proven system. But what we're going to do here, once you get through the step 2 system, we're going to move on to step 3. And then you're driving traffic. You're going to create the ad. The ad's going to go to the landing page over here. And then that's how you're going to move people through your traffic system. Okay? And depending upon how people react in each stage of the email sequence, depends upon what your email sequence is going to look like. Okay, so if they opt in, they hit your thank you page. If you are upselling them, people who take your offer will go into a different email. Okay, this is the conversion system here. So people who don't take you up on the offer get email 1. Now, in email 1, you can make another offer, and the people who take it obviously get pulled out of the next sequence, put into another sequence. Okay, so that's how that would go. We're not going to get too deep into all this other stuff because it can get confusing. If you're in this stage of building your system and you've proven your system already, and you know that you're getting sales from your system, then obviously you need to either work on this, ramp this up, send more people through it, or you need to get your system set up to where it works for you 24/7 without much involvement from you. Now this all takes time, but once it's set up, it's going to run for years. Okay, so this isn't something that you take lightly. This is something that you have to sit down, think about, get it right, and then your 3 systems are done. Okay, this is, obviously most people are past this step 1 stage. Step 2 and step 3 are where most people get stuck. What most people do is they start to create their lead magnet, the landing page, and then they come over here and they start sending ads to their lead magnets. Okay, which is fine, but if you don't have a process, not everybody's going to buy. So what you're doing is you're leaving so much money on the table if you don't have a process to turn those non-buyers into buyers. So that's the triad. And I wanted you to see the triad for the fact that once you have step 1 done, okay, then you move on to step 2. You complete this step before you move on to here. The biggest problem we all face is having too much to do and we lose our focus. Okay, so what we're trying to do is simplify the process, live in the step until it's complete, and then move on. Okay, then you'll make little tweaks as you're going through, as you're testing out the funnel and your ads and everything. Okay, so that's it. I hope this kind of simplifies it for you. And, like I said, if you're creating this system right here, this is where you need to focus. Forget about everything else. Forget about Facebook ads. Forget about trying to send traffic to anything until you get this stuff set up. Now, like I said, doesn't have to be super elaborate here if you're just testing, if you're just getting set up. Okay? Because you could waste 2 months trying to set up this elaborate email and then have nobody buy. Okay? So we don't want to waste too much time setting it all up into this elaborate funnel until we know that whatever we're selling actually sells. Okay? Makes sense, right? All right? If you have questions on this or you have any challenges setting it up, I have a coaching program that actually helps you do this, where we work together one-on-one to help you create this entire triad, this selling system. Okay, obviously, if you're still in this stage, that's probably not going to be a good fit for either one of us. But if you need help with any of this or your Facebook ads, reach out to me and I'd be happy to help you out. Okay? I'll talk to you soon. Take care.